Heyo, Knock the Hero here. I'm bringing you something special today. Something that I don't think anyone is expecting of me. And if you are, what's your secret? Do you know me that well? Those of you who know me know that I hate Dead by Daylight. Those of you who do know me extremely well, though, might know that I know everything about that game. So here I am, playing Hooked on You. Let's see how it goes. Of course, if you like this content, please consider subscribing. And maybe, if you like the video enough, I'll do other things that I absolutely hate. Listen, narrator sir. Seems like the next activity is mealtime? How quaint. You were expecting what? Capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking? You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a huge banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's very limited seating directly around you. And, oh great, terrific. It seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. It's 'cause I bullied Dwight, okay? Even better is that they don't want to sit next to certain other people either. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Trickster? Where did he come from? We don't... Oh my god. Oh yeah, Trickster is here. Surprised? Yeah, well, they don't call him Expected-ster. I'm sorry. Even I get nervous around crowds of killers. And my whole shtick is getting a little flustered. Hey there, you're looking good, Knocketh. Real good. And we literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit at the table if they sit side by side. Look at this. We can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. You'd probably think it was an error, but it's not. It's completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Okay, Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side. The rest of them will sit opposite you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends with their enormous sexy arms. Now that everyone is seated, let's begin dinner! Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We all hope you enjoy. We really, really hope you do. Why does that keep double-clicking on me, man? It's meat. Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. My favorite! Meat is good. Meat is murder. Which you'd know, considering what you've been up to. Who are you to get judgy now? I'm just sharing facts. And you need to murder something to eat its meat, so that's like... technically true. Technically true is the best kind of true. Okay, enough yapping, let's eat. Hey Knocked, you thinking what I'm thinking? It's gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps. I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, you know. When you look closely at the spit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? This took 12 hours. And we do literally everything on this island. Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meal. Well, he's right for a change, because I am with my broadaxe. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. First, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood. You two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough. Grow up. Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option, obs. The hell it is! I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you'd like. Please stop, please. I hate when we fight, or talk, or even when we look each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azura. Great, instead of slicing it up, you can club it to a second death. Hey, Naketh, I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up dinner. Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 hours straight. And it doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they will take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value in maintaining your tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason they're always terrified of tetanus. Hey, why don't you just let me, carve up dinner? Splendid idea, we'd hate for it to get cold. He hated it. He hated when it got cold. Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Oh god. Minigames consist of 2 parts. On top, a pointer which rotates in a clockwise direction. Okay, so this is the same, like, I don't know. No, let's go. This is like the same game. I'm ready. Slice. Perfect. Oh, I missed. Perfect. Man, it's getting faster. Oh, snap. Perfect. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Oh. Oh, it was still perfect. That was pretty good. I'd like to see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb. Dinner is finally served. For real. The sounds, especially coming from the masked killers while they eat, which involves lifting their masks and shoving food up behind them, are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to really be embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell. I mean, come on, we're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Clara and Doi aren't the only ones who've been working their asses off to make this night perfect. Well, at least they're lifting their masks. This is only 99% as disgusting as it could be if they just tried to mash stuff through here. Spirit, why aren't you hungry? The 2 best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's only one thing. Think about it, Naketh. Number 2 is no number 2. She has a point. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in a spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut it? We're looking at her abdomen, I guess. I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. Between the food and the behavior of this group, this might be the worst meal in history. But even worse is they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like that. Excuse me, Spirit just said eating is pointless. I think they want an explanation why. What do you tell them? Look at that seagull. Wow, you ever seen a seagull that big? I haven't. That's incredible. What were we talking about? They misdirect. Yeah, she's right, Naketh. Pretty lame. Own who you are, never compromise. Didn't you wash up on the island with no memory of who you are and how you got here? Yes, you did. Poor thing. You have no idea the last time you ate a meal and you've been standing in the sun. But the seagull... I managed to see that one before it went away. I know. He just made a lot of good points. No, he didn't. I swear. You're beginning to feel lightheaded. It waved at me. Maybe you need to eat to survive here. Either that or someone poisoned you. No, wait, you haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. Whatever the answer, you're clearly about to pass out. Oh hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide. Narrator to the narrator. The ocean. Not sure how I feel about this characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path. Or at least, a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you picked at least one of them. But there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting scenes over and having to fast forward back to where you were, am I right? Oh no. For this place holds many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Vague. Mysterious. I gotta give it up to this ocean character. There's some quality early game storytelling. Hold on, I'm back. One more piece of advice. You've made many choices by now. Some of them I liked, some of them I did not. It's in your best interest to make more choices that I like. Rude. I'm allowed to do what I want. You wake up to find Wraith holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Now that you're finally alone, Wraith looks at you eagerly. I don't care if the seagull actually waved at you, but I understand the feeling of looking at you from so far away and wanting to reach out. But did it wave at you? I swear it. It definitely waved at me. Wraith nods, the nod of someone who's just realized that Naketh is a liar. He's disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in you. And you know deep down, you're disappointed in you also, more so. I am from Jersey, the seagulls wave, okay? Listen. Oh boy, looks like he's about to monologue. Now you've done it. How do I say this? It's just, honesty is important to me. I've been burned too many times. Something about the word burned makes Wraith look away, far away, eyes brimming with tears, and yet, at the same time, dead. I understand. Wraith looks back at you with those sad eyes, wanting so badly to believe you. He looks down at the ground. I have something very important to tell you. It's about something very special to me. It's not something I tell everyone, but you know how important honesty is to me. I can't expect that from you if I'm not honest in return. Oh great. I bet he's got crabs. It's about my special bell. What? It belonged to my father. He gave it to me before he and my mother, well, they had to go away. If I was ever in danger, I'm supposed to ring this bell. It didn't really work, but it's all I have of my family with me. Wow, thanks for telling me. How, I don't think that's accurate. Here, hold it. Whoa, Wraith just gave you his bell. Sound the alarms. What are you gonna do with this thing? Hold it delicately, it matters important to him. You caress the bell. Why am I caressing the bell? Running your fingers over its rusty... Is that dried blood? Why are you touching this thing? Thank you for sharing this important part of yourself. You hand the bell back. Wraith is looking out wistfully at the ocean. The ocean's beautiful. It's not real. None of this is. Wraith looks at you, more intensely than ever. I don't know if you're ready to hear the truth. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you and quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on this strange island. Only to find it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboard in hand, which they're waving in the air above their heads. It's very important that we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt points was not a part of this evening's activities. That's strictly slotted in for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. Playing sick? It's not me, no. No time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. What? Go, go, go! I don't know about these two. They kind of just feel shoehorned in. Once everyone has gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, you, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means we're behind on time for evening activities. And we'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Just one story, but story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that the only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? Oh, great, we have to decide as a group. That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now! I swear I won't be angry. I'll really chop your head off clean. No fuss, no muss! Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry everyone, I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule works. I guess I lost track of time while I passed out. I mean, like I passed out, you know? Been there before, even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true. Is it really fair to pick on the newbie? Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule even once? Damn it, Donald, if you tried to flex that authority gimmick one more time, still help me, I'll snap your head off so quick, then I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia! Is he talking about... God. Bus and Muss are back on! You two know I love to hack, slash, and slice. We all know you love to kill, it's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounced my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. But we still gotta get started on story time. God. Nakith, who do you think should go? Ah, damn, that's a name. Please, pick somebody quickly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. I mean, like, I have been leaning heavily towards Wraith and his, like, whatever, but I would bet Spirit has a good spooky story. Oh, but also Huntress. Oh. Well, Huntress it is. I choose you, Huntress. Whoa, whoa, this entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases, will ya? What? Huntress steps up to tell her story. The campfire flickers in her faraway eyes. There is a village outside the deep and ominous redwood. No child dared step foot past the threshold of thick trees and brush that separated safety from the unknown. Grown men that ventured in often would never return, and the sounds that echoed out into the village were something inhuman. The woman of the town told a story to the young children, hoping that it would be enough to dissuade them from curious exploration beyond the boundaries of the village. They told of a creature that lurks in the woods, half woman, half beast, singing like a siren, haunting, beautiful. Her voice, the last relic of her humanity, it lulls all who hear into her domain, and not precocious child nor fierce soldier can escape once you are in her clutches. Those who have seen her say she wears a mask of hair stained with the blood of so many poor souls. The hatchet she wields has... my voice already given out. Has been brought down beautifully. We'll go with that. On the skull of many an unsuspecting hunter. The nightmare doesn't end there. For what a hungry beast to do in the frigid winters with nothing but hunter meat to live off of. It is said that the huntress, as the villagers called her, couldn't bring herself to kill the young girl she came across in the forest. Instead, they'd suffer an even worse fate. She's telling her own backstory? What? What? Longing for a child of her own, she'd bring them back to her secluded cabin to keep them safe. She'd wrap a tight cord of rope around their necks and affix them to the wall. That way, they'd be warm. That way, they'd be out of harm's way. The huntress would even bring the girl presents, toys she'd pilfer from other bodies, masks she'd fashioned out of things from the cottage, and little dolls made of grass and twigs, but these toys did nothing to quell the children's fear. Within days, the girls would waste away from starvation and dehydration. For all her good intentions, the huntress had never learned how to care for a human child. You see a tear creep down from underneath Huntress's mask. Suddenly, the most beautiful singing voice you've ever heard fills the air. Don't listen to it. Leave my little darling tiny one, tucked within your bed so tight, else the old grey wolf will come and grab you by your side. There's a moment of silence and you feel the need to contribute to this stirring moment. Sing. He'll snatch you up between his teeth, upon the bed's edge you sleep, and drag you to the forest deep, beneath the quaking tree. Huntress can't believe you know this song. You share an intimate glance across the campfire. Maybe I shouldn't have picked Huntress. I don't like singing. So close your eyes and fall asleep. Count the little woolly sheep. Tuck so tightly you must keep, or he will come for you. The song ends and you are both met with silence around the campfire. I love that song. Bayu Bayushka, the old Soviet lullaby, right? It is the song my mother used to sing to me before bed every night. But now I must go. The memories there so much. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves, and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. That's nice. A moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. Get rid. Can we not? Can we not? Hey, baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island, the only lobster in an ocean of sardines. You can have me, you just have to find me. Come find me, baby. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Huntress approaches you. Of course you liked my story. Who wouldn't? At everything. Cute kids, dead men, a huntress. I find that all stories are better with the sound of a burning fire filling the air around you. All the smoke, however, I could do without. I'd rather eat the barbecue than smell like it. Let's rinse off all that campfire with a dip in the hot tub, shall we? Dipping in hot tubs with the huntress? You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her. An offer like that... Just don't forget our little talk. I do what I want, Ocean. I'm probably gonna end up in you anyway. You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. Some parts are like louder than others. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, If some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. Before you run off, I want to make something clear. You know that half woman, half beast I was talking about in my story? That's me. I'm her. No way, how cool! That's really awesome. Thanks for being vulnerable and telling such a personal story, even though I already know everything about you. Huntress. Bo shyly twirls her hair. Or fox shyly, if you're that kind of person. Tell the truth. What did you think of my tale? Do I have the makings of a best-selling author? Such as the comedic mastermind Dostoevsky? Dostoevsky? It was a really well-told narrative. Clear beginning, middle, and end. Riveted from the start. Plus the woman in the forest, I mean, you are clearly not a true villain. You are just a traumatized child. Yes! Thank you for acknowledging that. Okay. Now you're just being a suck-up. No, it's true. I really feel that about Huntress. She wasn't really a bad person. She was just misraised. Huntress's eyes leer at you from behind her mask. She has her time in the spotlight and is playing toy now. Chuckle awkwardly because I have no other options. You chucker awkwardly at Huntress's statement of the obvious. Why are you laughing? I can't help but giggle when I'm about to die and also maybe falling in love? Oh no, man. You can't believe how awkward this intimidating woman seems right now. It's actually pretty endearing. You notice the temperature has dropped significantly, despite your steamy company. It's a little chilly and your shoulders are bare, must be freezing. Let's head back to the fire and put me to bed, eh? Put me to bed? We hate to interrupt whatever smooth moves we were about to unveil themselves, but it's time for bed. Usually nighttime is when I do my best hunting. But after a day like today, even I'm pretty tuckered out. Will I see you tomorrow, Naka? Only if I don't see you first. You make a cute little bow hunting motion. Huntress catches the imaginary arrow you shoot in her teeth, and then bites down hard, snapping it in half. Sorry, was this an imaginary bow? At least, you think that's what she's doing. It's kind of hard to tell. Good night, my little snack. I'm sure that wasn't a reference to actually eating you. You know, I wouldn't even mind. It's fine. I would not even mind. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Huntress's story of the half-human beast that abducted all those innocent children. An attempt to save them that led to their doom. Are you a mistaken prisoner here on this island? Is your salvation? Is it your salvation? God dang. Is this your salvation? Or will it be your demise? Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive. Their now familiar creepy smiles stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by firelight. We must apologize for your accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, and we're going to make you comfortable or die trying. They hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps the music will put you at ease? Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types that you'll want to rob of their beauty sleep. Another minigame. This here upcoming minigame is a special minigame. Perfect for the less coordinated because there is no winning or losing. Well, not technically. Wherever the pointer stops, that's your result. I suppose if it doesn't stop where you want it to, that's a bit like losing, but no one has to know if you don't tell them. Okay, ready to play. Or would you like me to repeat that? I'm ready. Ready. Away we go! As you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide that you might adjust the dial to fix it. I don't know. Yes, perfect! This is perfect. This is my favorite song now. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll pick a different station. I don't hear anything on this station. We turn it off. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Who would you like to summon to your side as you lay by the fire? Wraith, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. I can't really sleep. Oh, that happens to me a lot. Okay, don't laugh. Promise. Promise. I guess my secret to falling asleep is listening to the sounds of bells or chimes. Think of it as a white noise to drown out anything you might be hearing that's keeping you up. Like what, Wraith? Like those distant screams we can all hear coming from beyond the mountain? If that's a bit morbid, I guess you could hold on to this chest piece of mine. Ooh, I'm just taking all his stuff. He's like gift central over here. It's a knight. They're brave, like I wish I were. And the horsey is cute. The horsey's cute. You start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky, but now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head. But this one is still undeniably odd. Look, I'm not saying that my feelings are hurt because you chose to swim in some pathetic little teacup when you could have swam in the vastness of an entire, me, I guess. I'm just saying that you've made a foolish decision, and I won't forget it. My feelings aren't hurt. I just lost some respect for you, that's all. You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Trapper is sitting beside you, sketching a portrait. Oh, you're awake. I saw you with the wraith right before bedtime. You should know. They're not what they seem. Not like me, who is obviously completely honest and trustworthy. I was out checking to make sure you weren't sleeping near any one of my... Actually, never mind. Just be careful where you sit. But since I'm here, I'd like to share 2 things with you. 1, I do not take rejection well. 2, the very first thing is important to remember. Were you drawing me? Trapper doesn't answer. You aren't drawing stick lines radiating out from me, are you? Still nothing from Trapper. Look, I'm not an easy guy to get along with, but I'm an easy guy to spend time with. That will make sense if you chose to spend time with me tomorrow. The rest of this scum live like rats. They wouldn't know a good time if it bit them on the ass. I mean, literally. Point is, if you select me, you're in for a day of luxury, extravagance, and fun. Yes, I said fun. And if I don't pick you? Remember what I said earlier, or it might be the last thing you ever forget. But hey, you look tired. Get some rest. Sleep. Maybe even sleep well if you can. Just try not to roll over to the about 15 feet to your left. Finally alone. For real this time, maybe. You drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. Why do you keep saying that? Am I poisoned? Should I be afraid? Like, maybe I'm a little bit afraid now. Wait a second. Where are we? This isn't... Oh, geez. It is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all of the contestants directly talk to the camera. I think the day went really well. There were some of my first interactions with someone who isn't a parent that didn't end in bloodshed or untimely demise in my Russian college. So I'm counting today as a win, no matter what happens. What do I think of the newcomer? Do I have to say... Oh, I do. Okay, attractive, mysterious. I really don't know that many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk and I had to wash her entrails off my seraphim. That being said, the other tree should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer will want to spend time with tomorrow, but I for one will not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? Right, I think he knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he is a hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, Spirit is just screaming all the time, Major Buzzkill. Trapper, oof, where do I even begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much? Shish. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat a fine diet of raw deer, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think that I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. This is weird. I don't care enough to kill this person. But if anyone else wants to, I don't care enough to stop them. I might just have to kill Dwight instead. Yeah, today was fun. I don't want to get ahead of myself or really, invest in something that might hurt me, so I don't know. Maybe we'll just see how it goes. Or maybe they'll realize I'm not the one for them. They seem pretty smart, so that's probably what'll happen. Gotta learn to go easier on myself. Who could love me if I can't love myself? Me, Wraith. Me. I know what everyone thinks of me. I know that everyone thinks of me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, okay, those are a choice for sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, if I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that has used me and thrown me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. Getting achievements galore over here.